Women cheered when he put that cad Hugh Grant in his place in Bridget Jones's Diary, and how they fell for his charm in Mamma Mia. But it was Colin Firth's brooding Mr. Darcy that first got the girls swooning. Who could forget that wet shirt scene in Pride and Prejudice? But oh, Mr. Darcy, what have you done? Heaven forbid, he's turned. Yes, girls? In his latest movie, Colin Firth plays a gay professor. So does this spell the end of the thinking woman's heartthrob? That's what I wanted to know when we caught up in London recently. It's a typical damp, grey London day. But I'm enjoying a rare treat, a personal tour by one of England's best-known locals. How do you find with the recognition level? Can you still walk these streets without getting mobbed?
Yeah. Not with this going on, it's a bit hard to...
That's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, it's a little harder to be ignored.
This is Soho, the heart of Britain's theatre district. And Colin Firth is its favourite son.
Nobody pays me any attention at all. My first job was a lead, and my poster was up there.
This was the first theatre you ever worked in?
That was the first theatre I was ever employed in as an actor, yeah.
And it's only a matter of time before he's spotted by fans. Female fans, of course.
Would you mind giving me an autograph?
He just told me that he wouldn't get mobbed. It's an occupational hazard for the bloke who's been tagged the perfect man. Would you describe him as a heartthrob?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that goes without saying, doesn't it? Well, don't tell me you're saying that as well.
One for me, to Alexis.
Gee, you've been telling some fibs.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Thank you so much.
But for someone who's made his name as a ladies' man on screen... You're so gone. Here in the real world, he's clearly uncomfortable playing the heartthrob.
You can have a sense of humour about being called a heartthrob, and believe me, I'm not allowed not to. If you saw how it went down with friends and family when that first came up, it was greeted with spluttering guffaws of disbelief. You know?
Thank you. I know.
An unlikely and unwilling sex symbol he may be.
It's freezing.
But Firth's built a stellar career as the handsome, sometimes surly, often misunderstood leading man in some of cinema's most successful romantic comedies.
Mother, I do not need a blind date, particularly not with some verbally incontinent spinster who smokes like a chimney, drinks like a fish, and dresses like her mother.
Yummy.
Like Firth himself, his catapult to international stardom and the ranks of the tall, dark and handsome was slightly unusual and uniquely British.
Miss Bennett.
Mr. Darcy.
As the mysterious Mr. Darcy, the leading gentleman in the TV adaptation of the literary classic Pride and Prejudice.
When I was about to play the part, everybody I knew was horrified and astonished. Women I knew just said, don't, you'll ruin it forever. This guy is my idol from literature since I was a kid.
The ladies you knew didn't think you'd make a good Mr. Darcy?
No, not one of them. Not one person I knew thought I would.
But millions of women viewers disagreed. For them, Colin Firth became Mr. Darcy. With his intense, brooding performance, he made the character his own and set pulses racing around the world.
Mr. Darcy.
Miss Bennett.
I did not expect to see you, sir.
Excuse me.
You have the repressed gentleman thawing out and the women in the tight bodices. It's all full of, you know, sex that's about to explode on us all. And,
You must admit you do dark and brooding very well.
well,
Is there a magic ingredient to the brood? I mean, can you teach me how to brood?
No, I don't.
You are the brood master. Come on, give me a tip.
All right, here's a magic ingredient. I think you have to have dark hair.
Dark hair?
If you've got dark hair and you're petulant, then
Ooh.
you're brooding. Because I think if you're blonde and you do it, then you are just, you know, a sulky twit, really.
My Lady Violet.
Lord Wessex.
That trademark brood took Firth from British TV drama to full-blown Hollywood stardom. This time playing a modern Mr. Darcy in Bridget Jones's Diary. A rival to that other quintessential Englishman, Hugh Grant.
So childish.
Yes.
And who could forget that fight scene?
I should have done this years ago.
Done what?
This.
Me that hurt.
The ultimate duel Britannia between the nice guy and the cad.
Oh, Christ, not again. All right, all right.
Oh, I think I spoke for a nation when I punched him on the jaw.
It wasn't exactly Bruce Willis stuff, though, was it?
I thought it was. I was very disappointed and everyone thought it was girly stuff. I thought it was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And, when we were in rehearsals, we had one of these very macho stunt guys telling us how best to deliver a punch for the camera. Right. It's like, you know, you had all this, like, you got to line him up like that, and you have to smack him like that. And we thought we're a couple of yuppies, you know? We're two angry, frightened guys who have not had a fight since they were 6 years old in the playground. So there's no way would we be punching each other like that. You're sort of spending half your time just running away.
Whole sort of, you know.
Well, it's that sort of, you know.
Someone exactly like you.
But Colin Firth has never had to fight for roles. Whether it's been romantic comedies, exquisite period pieces,
I can still recall.
even musicals like the phenomenally successful Mamma Mia.
Walks along the Seine, laughing in the rain. Our last summer.
Yes, sir.
In 30 years of acting, he's not had a single day out of work.
You all right, sir? No. Are you?
Are you allowed to produce a film in Britain without you in it?
Yeah, there are plenty of rather cool films, actually, that I'm not invited. Well, I am the actor, the English actor, who's not in any of the Harry Potters.
Well, you didn't want to be in Harry Potter, did you?
Oh, I wouldn't have said no to an interesting part in Harry Potter.
Who would you have been?
Oh, I don't know. Who's anybody?
I mean, you know, I couldn't imagine you being Voldemort.
Why not?
Well, you're just not horrible enough.
I don't think you know me too well.
If there is a dark side to everybody's darling, one person who knows it is Firth's Italian wife, Livia Giugioli, with whom he has 2 young sons. He also has another son from a previous marriage and treasures family life away from the cameras. Do you think having children has kept your ego in check?
Yes. I think it would have gone spiralling out of control had I not had children.
You would have turned out to be a megalomaniac.
Yeah. I might have done a good masquerade of being everybody's darling, but I did consider myself on some level, invincible, I think, before I had my first child. I think it was all about me, really.
These days, he's a happily married father of 3 and an object of desire for women everywhere.
And if I died right now, it'd be okay.
Well, it wouldn't be okay with me. So why don't you shut up and go and change the record?
So Colin Firth's latest role is somewhat of a departure, playing a gay university professor grieving over the death of his lover in the 1960s.
It's not a substitute for anything. Do you understand?
And there is no substitute for Jim anywhere.
A Single Man is a low-budget, highly stylised film, and it's a long way from Mr. Darcy.
You never really did take me seriously, did you, George?
I tried to, Charlie, remember? Long time ago. It didn't really work out, did it?
But the performance has put Colin Firth in the running for his first Oscar at this week's Academy Awards.
I'd just like to be good at my job. If the script says, you know, stuffed shirt, I'll play a stuffed shirt. If the script says a gay college professor, 1962, struggling with grief, then that's what I'll do.
Oh, I would imagine, though, to play a character like that, you have to spend a lot of time getting into it, so to speak.
Getting into it was something that I just slid into very quickly, and I can't quite explain it. Bridget Jones, will you marry me?
His trademark charm and his acting agility look set to keep Colin Firth on our screens for many years to come.
When I dream I'm alone with you, it's magic.
But As he prepares to turn 50 this year, it seems even the perfect man is conscious of the advancing years. Can you brood with Botox?
We can't do anything Botox, really.
So no Botox for you?
Oh, God, if I could find one that allowed you to move your face, I probably would. No, there's no point. You don't want to age in front of yourself. And there's, you know, as an actor, you've constantly fed a diet of yourself.
Enough to make you want to choke on your popcorn.
So, well, it's certainly enough to make you sometimes want a chin implant or a facelift or an injection somewhere, you know. You just look at the people who do it, and therein lies the morality tale. I mean, don't go that way.
Mind you, he says with the confidence of looking pretty darn good at 49.
Well, bless you, you look pretty darn good for whatever age you are.
Nice jumper.
My mother's taste never falters.
Directors love him. Women adore him. Men want to be him. But Colin Firth's still not taking the sex symbol tag too seriously.
Grazie. Ciao. Ciao.
An Italian fan
I guess.
who doesn't think you're a heartthrob either.
No, she doesn't think it. She would have confirmed all that. That's what she was saying in Italian. All of that was, you are not a heartthrob.